All right, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep into an incredibly frustrating mystery. Zero export solar systems showing grid feed-in when they absolutely physically shouldn't. If you've ever worked with hybrid inverters, off-grid systems with grid backup, or self-consumption solar setups, you've probably run into this baffling issue. You set your system to zero export, but somehow power is supposedly leaking right back to the grid. Well, today we're going to unpack exactly why that happens and how you can diagnose it like an absolute pro.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit 1. The ghost export mystery. 2. Mainstream advice versus reality. 3. The math behind the lie. 4. Why CT sensors fail. 5. The feedback oscillation loop. And finally, 6. The grid truth test.
Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, the ghost export mystery, when zero export systems show false feed-in. You know the exact scenario I'm talking about. It's driven practically every solar installer and DIYer absolutely crazy at some point. Picture it. You're staring at your app or your inverter screen. You've double-checked every single setting, but you're still seeing power flow back to the grid. And you're just sitting there wondering, how is that even physically possible? It literally feels like your system is breaking the laws of physics, or just completely ignoring the parameters you carefully programmed into it. Well, here's the absolute crucial takeaway. What you're seeing, it's not real export. It's an illusion. It's actually a deep measurement conflict between your current transformer or CT sensor, the inverter's internal power estimation, and your external clamp meter. Your system isn't necessarily pushing power to the grid, it just mathematically thinks it is. Which brings us to Section 2, mainstream advice versus reality, looking beyond the CT arrow. If you search around online, a lot of the top mainstream channels will just give you this super surface-level fix. They'll tell you that reverse current just means your CT is backward, so just flip the little arrow around or toggle a setting in your app. But guys, the electrical reality inside a hybrid inverter is way more complex than that. We're talking signal integrity failures, phase shift errors, and sampling desynchronization. The whole shebang. Just flipping the CT totally ignores the actual electrical measurement failures happening under dynamic load conditions. Let's dig into that in Section 3. The math behind the lie. Power is more than just voltage times current. We all learned the basic formula, right? Power equals voltage times current. But in real alternating current systems, that's really only half the story. Take a look at this equation. Real power actually equals voltage times current times the cosine of phi. That cosine of phi is the power factor, the phase difference. V and I are your true average, or RMS, voltage and current. Now, your CT sensor only measures current flowing in a single direction, but the inverter has to mathematically rebuild the total power using both those voltage and current waveforms. So power isn't just a simple multiplication. The timing of those waves is absolutely critical. And you know what's wild? The culprit behind this mess is often sitting right above your head. Modern homes are absolutely packed with nonlinear loads. I'm talking energy-efficient LED drivers, computers, even the inverter's own switching. These things literally distort the electrical waveforms. When voltage and current waveforms get distorted and lose their synchronization, that phase relationship becomes this unstable moving target. Suddenly, the inverter loses its grip on what the true power sign actually is. It gets totally confused about which direction the energy is actually flowing. This brilliantly illustrates the core conflict. Out in the real world, you've got your handheld clamp meter measuring true RMS current safely on the outside. But inside, you've got the internal logic of the inverter's firmware relying on a completely different internal sampling method. That is exactly why your trusty clamp meter might show a perfectly stable load drawing from the grid, while your inverter is simultaneously screaming at you that you're exporting power. It's two completely different measurement systems interpreting the exact same distorted waveform in two totally different ways. Moving on to Section 4. Why CT sensors fail. 5 reasons your inverter is getting bad data. So here is your mental checklist. There are basically 5 distinct phenomena that make your CT sensor lie to your inverter. Number 1, phase misalignment. If the voltage reference and CT current waveform aren't perfectly synced in time, the inverter gets the math wrong. Number 2, harmonic distortion. Like we just talked about, those nonlinear loads warp the current wave. Number 3 is CT saturation. Hit the sensor with a massive load, it gets overwhelmed, the waveform basically flatlines, and boom, false export alert. Number 4, for more compensation loops. Think of an installer flipping the CT while the software tries to invert it at the exact same time. It causes crazy oscillations. And finally, number 5, cable pickup noise. If you've got really long CT wires running right next to AC lines, they basically turn into giant antennas. They pick up all this microvolt noise that throws everything off, especially when your house is barely using any power.
Okay, Section 5, the feedback oscillation loop, why your inverter hunts and fluctuates.
Now, when these false readings hit your inverter, it doesn't just show you a wrong number on a screen, it actually takes action. It goes something like this. Step 1, a big load kicks on and saturates the CT sensor. Step 2, the inverter sees that flattened, messed up waveform and incorrectly thinks, oh no, we're exporting. Step 3, the zero export control loop panics and immediately throttles down your solar panel output to stop this phantom export. Step 4, eventually the load drops or the PV is throttled enough, so the CT reading corrects itself. The inverter realizes it overcorrected, ramps the PV back up, and the whole chaotic cycle repeats. Your system starts constantly hunting up and down instead of stabilizing. You are literally throwing away perfectly good solar potential and risking battery overdischarge, all because of a measurement glitch.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, the grid truth test. Isolating measurement truth before touching the wiring. Listen, the next time this happens, do not immediately go and flip that CT clamp. Just stop. You need to isolate the measurement truth first, using an external clamp meter right at the grid input. You're going to cross-reference the real-world clamp truth against the inverter's internal assumptions across 3 specific load conditions. Step 1, test it under low load. Step 2, test under medium load. And Step 3, test under high surge load. You are hunting for exactly when and how the inverter's reading starts to deviate from your clamp meter. Think of this matrix as your personal decoder ring. Depending on how those readings diverge during your 3-stage test, you can pinpoint the exact failure. If the mismatch gets worse and worse as the load gets heavier, you're almost certainly dealing with CT saturation or waveform distortion. Now, what if the divergence is totally random, but really only happens when the house is quiet and drawing a low load? Well, then you're probably looking at cable signal noise acting like an antenna. And if the divergence actually flips signs, like it shows import then suddenly export under different loads, you've likely got a phase reference error buried right there in the inverter's firmware.
At the end of the day, you've got to remember the golden rule of zero export configurations. Always treat CT feedback as a control signal, not a direct absolute measurement. In these hybrid systems, your data is literally only as reliable as the weakest sampling link. The inverter takes that signal, interprets it in a split second, and treats any interpretation error as if it's real physical power.
I really hope this explainer completely shifts how you approach zero export diagnostics. Next time your inverter screams export, don't just blindly flip the arrow. Ask yourself, is the CT wired wrong or is the interpretation wrong? Using that grid truth test is going to save you hours of chasing ghosts in your electrical panel. But it leaves us with a much bigger question to ponder. As our homes get smarter and our electrical grids get way more complex, are we relying a bit too much on automated software that doesn't fully understand the physical hardware it's measuring? Definitely something to think about next time you check your energy dashboard.